Hello, I'm Dr. Laura Beth Dawes, and I'm the Associate Director of Undergraduate Studies and an Associate Professor of Communication here in the School of Communication and Media at Kennesaw State University. And in this video, I will help orient you to a few important things to know about the Graduate Teaching Assistantship Program here at in SOCM. Even though I am mostly working with the undergraduate program, I do a little work with the TAs in that I'm listed as your formal supervisor for purposes of the graduate program. So you won't hear much from me throughout the semester, but I do want to take this opportunity to welcome you to the program and set a few expectations as well for you to keep in mind this semester and hopefully for the year as you work with us as a GTA. So first, let me tell you a little bit about who you will be working with a little bit more closely than me throughout the semester. We have Dr. Josh Azriel, who is the Graduate Program Director. I know you all know him already, and you'll be hearing a lot from him just in your classes and as an advisor as well. He's a wonderful resource. And of course, so is our Administrative Associate for the program, Miss Janine Jones. I know you all know her as well. She is the person who helps make sure your paperwork is in order with the graduate program, and that also means you can get paid thanks to her. So definitely stop by, get to know her. She loves working with the graduate program and the graduate students as well. Now, on the undergraduate side of the house, which all of you just came through, you'll be working with a few specific faculty as well as you go through this semester. First, we have Professor Sarah Johnson. So Miss Johnson is a lecturer in the School of Communication and Media, and she really did a lot of work in designing the class that you will all be working with this semester. So the course is COM 2033. It's visual communication, and she really has just done so much to get that course off the ground and to make it a really cool class that's actually required of all of our undergraduate students. So you're working with a very important class just in our program as undergraduates, as well as just important for them to get some base knowledge about visual communication. The other faculty members you'll work with are part-time faculty members. Mr. Rick Krotz is an instructor of the course. He's a part-time faculty member, and he works full-time as an editor with the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. He's been around with us for many years, and he is just a joy to work with, and he is a wonderful resource as well, not just as a faculty member, but also because of his extensive connections in the journalism world. And he always teaches an early morning section of this class and loves it, and his students love him too. We also have Amy Floyd, who is another part-time faculty member. Her full-time job is teaching high school English in the area, and she loves this job as well, does a fantastic job. Two totally different teaching styles with Professor Krotz and Professor Floyd, but they both do a wonderful job with the course. So you will be working more closely with that team of faculty as you go through the semester. What we'll do later is assign you each to one of their sections and ask that you meet pretty regularly with that faculty member. You'll get to know either Professor Johnson, Professor Krotz, or Professor Floyd really well throughout the semester. They are wonderful mentors and are happy to help you learn the ropes and learn about the course and learn about how to be a better teacher. Now, along with that, I do want to take the opportunity to congratulate you on this honor. It is a huge honor to be a graduate teaching assistant. We have a lot more applications for GTAs than we have spots. So this is really a competitive process. We have selected the most outstanding students for this honor, so you should be quite proud of yourself. It was really competitive, and we are just thrilled that you were willing to perform this service for us. And we know you get a lot of benefits out of it, but it's also a really big honor and a big responsibility. It's quite prestigious to be a GTA. I actually got my start as a college professor, being a GTA at Auburn University, and I did something very similar to what you are going to be doing. I was a TA for a public speaking class, and that's where I shadowed some instructors. I got to eventually teach my own section, teach a few classes as well. And it really opened some doors for me. So if you're interested in being a professor at some point, this is a wonderful opportunity to get you some teaching experience. Always helps on those job applications. If you're not interested in being a professor, you can transfer this teaching skill to a number of career areas, either in training and development or just in educational opportunities down the line for you. So I personally hope you get as much out of this experience as I got out of being a GTA. And if you talk to most of your your faculty members, most of us here at KSU did some time as a TA at some point during our educational careers. It's just great experience. And so I love working with TAs. And even though I won't be directly supervising you this semester and won't be working with you in the classes, if there's ever anything that you need from me, please don't hesitate to reach out and let me know. I'm happy to talk with you about other opportunities that might be here for you later with this experience. Dr. Azriel is happy to talk with you about that as well. So we want to welcome you and congratulate you on such a prestigious honor. So I do want to tell you a few things in this video that might be helpful as you get started in your path here as a TA. So if you haven't already taken any Desire to Learn or D2L training courses, you might want to do so, even if you used it as a student. I know several of you may have come through the University System of Georgia or even KSU, and you are very familiar with what D2L looks like. Using it as a faculty member is what you'll be doing this time around. So you're going to get access you didn't have before. And it's always helpful to get a little bit of training on how to manage the faculty side of the software. The other thing that you want to make sure that you do before you go too far into your training session here is take a minute and look at the list of GTA expectations that we have here in the D2L training shell for you. We've got a list of routine responsibilities that we want you to be mindful of completing pretty much every week. You are expected to work 10 hours a week on average in your GTA position. And so the on average is key here. This is kind of the nature of academic work. Though all of us who are professors are full-time, there are some weeks we just work more hours than others. So the goal is to average it out to what would be a full-time position. So for you, you're going to be averaging out 10 hours per week. So just make sure that you have an agreement with your faculty mentor that you're assigned to make sure that you're completing your 10 hours a week. Again, keep in mind, some of those weeks might be more intensive than others, especially those weeks where you're grading assignments or where students have projects that are coming up that they want your help with. You also, along with the students, really want to make sure that they know who you are and that you're there in the class to assist them. So one of the first things you want to do once you complete your training here is record a welcome message for your students and post it to D2L. Just a short video with your face and your voice to let students know who you are and that you are there to assist them as they go through the semester. It's really important that they know how to get in touch with you. Even though you're not the instructor of the course, you are there to support the instructor and to help students whenever possible. The thing about COM 2033 is that unless it's an online section, the face-to-face sections are pretty big. They can get up to 90 students each. So that's a lot for one person to manage. So I know that our instructors are thankful to have you to help manage all of those students, their questions and their concerns, and the intense grading load that comes along with this class as well. You are also expected to be present somehow in the class. So that's pretty easy to do. If it's a face-to-face class that you're assigned to, you're expected to attend class sessions pretty regularly. So work out with your faculty member how often they want you there. It's possible they'll want you there for every single class session, and it might be possible that they want you there for some of them. So it just depends. But whatever the class is doing, you should know about. So you also should get access to a textbook. You should be following along with the chapter readings every week. You basically are kind of like a teacher and a student all at the same time. So just make sure that part of your 10 hours a week come from your either physical presence in the actual classroom. And if you happen to be teaching for an online section, you can demonstrate presence through virtual office hours or through being present through the discussion board responses that you'll do a few more of than if you were in a face-to-face class. There are so many ways to demonstrate that you're there in whatever way that might work best for the class and the modality. So just make sure that students have access to you and make sure that your faculty member has access to you too pretty regularly. Now, the exciting stuff too is that at some point you will be asked to teach a lecture or two throughout the semester. So this will come later once you've become accustomed to the content and had some time to sit with what material you're working with. So your faculty member will work with you on deciding what unit you want to teach and what that lecture should look like and how it's going to be delivered. If you're in a face-to-face class, of course, you will just do your lecture like you would ordinarily stand up and teach a class. If you are in an online section, then you are going to create online content. So both of these are great skill sets to have as you enter the job market a little bit later. have some experience with training and educating students. So from here, your assigned faculty member is going to set up a time to talk with you about the specifics of your section and their expectations for you in meeting those 10 hours a week that you're expected to perform your duties for. And we're all here to help you succeed and help you feel comfortable about getting started. If you ever have any questions, you can ask me or Dr. Adriel or Professor Johnson or Professor Kratz or Floyd. We are all very excited to work with you. This program has been pretty successful the past couple years, so we really are thankful that it's continued and happy to see new students come through annually. So best of luck to you. We hope you enjoy your time here, and thank you again so much.